If you have been grinding FC25 and still feel like your attack just doesn't hit the same, you are not alone. I have coached a ton of players at every level, and most of them are missing the same few things. This video is gonna break down everything from the basics that actually matter to the meta tricks that pros abuse. Nothing fancy, just stuff that actually works, especially now that we are deep into the endgame and the meta's locked in. But as with everything, building a strong foundation is the key. And as you can see, we are scoring some decent goals. These are only possible because of the strong foundation I have laid down. And you can do the same after watching this video. First touch. First touch is the make or break when it comes to attacking, because the way you set up your first touch dictates how successful your attack will be, right? Just see, why am I even saying it? The opponent is defending really well, right? And he has not given us a lot of space. But look at my first touch with Luis Suarez. With Luis Suarez, I take a touch towards an angle. Why? Because it will allow me to perform an off-balance driven shot. The good thing about low-driven shots are that they are even performed very well if you're off balance. So you only need an inch of space. So the way we take the first touch dictates how successful the attack will be. For example, here, look, Maldini is marking us. See, so what are we gonna do? Take a touch towards the empty space. Always take your first touch towards the empty space. That means just pointing the left stick wherever the empty space is. As simple as that. Next up, you want to focus on the defender's movement, right? You can't simply attack randomly. You need to focus on the opponent's cursor. Look what he is doing, right? And then try to do something that he does not expect you to do. That can be a speed boost. That can be a Trivela shot. That can be a simple 1-2 pass, right? Now, what is a 1-2 pass? That is an L1X pass, which I'll show you just in a moment. Here, take a look at Gareth Bale and how he positions himself. We're going to perform a 1-2 pass and then wait. When we wait after performing a 1-2 pass, we give ourselves time to decide what we are going to do next. And we also have a player who's making a run in behind the defense. And I see not many players are utilizing this mechanic in and around the box. It will open up so much space for you, and it is so easy to execute. Even if you're a new player who is just starting the game out, you can learn this easy mechanic, and it will help you score a lot of goals. Now I want to take you back to this goal. It is called the setup. Guys, the setup in this game is very important. The middle of the pitch is always clogged, especially when people are playing 95 depth. This is why you need to recycle the ball. People often ask me, what does recycling mean? It means going in the corner flag, at least close to the corner flag, and then recycling the ball back. That means passing the ball back to your midfielders. When you do this, you have space to pass the ball inside or towards the players who are positioned on the edge of the box. The whole purpose of this is to stretch the defense, because when we stretch the defense, we have space. Look, he tries to mark the pass, but because we have stretched the defense, now we can score this goal. Otherwise, just take a look at how many bodies he has in the box. So once you make a simple habit of stretching the defense and then recycling the ball back to your CMs and then in towards the striker, you'll have so much success. Recycling is best performed when you trigger runs. But before that, guys, please hit that like button. I'll show you everything that you need to know when it comes to attack. Next up, we have triggering runs. Triggering runs by L1 LB button go hand in hand with recycling. The whole point of this is opening up space for ourselves. But before I show you more, guys, please hit that like button. You will learn a lot from this video. Here, take a look. What do? I tell the left midfielder to run. She is now running. And then I fake a speed boost. So if you just do the strafe dribbling, that is L1 LB plus left stick, the opponent will always expect you to do the speed boost afterwards, as that is the most common thing people perform after doing the strafe dribble, right? So we buy ourselves some time, and then what do? We recycle the ball. We trigger run to push the defensive line back, then recycle the ball, followed up by a McGiddy fake into a goal. It is as simple as that. The goal will always come from recycling. Here you can see a first time through ball. Now, first time through balls in this game are rather overpowered, and you need to learn them, because these are literally free goals at any level if timed correctly. Even against pros, you can use them if you time these correctly. Now, how to time them correctly? You will learn it once and for all. We need three things. It is pretty simple. We need three players in the build-up. That can be your CM, your cam, and your striker. See, just look at the radar. If you use the co-op camera, it is rather easy. I have told my striker to run while the ball is traveling to my cam. Look at it. Okay. While the ball is traveling to the cam, I have done what I have told the striker to run by clicking the L1 LB button. Now I'll just press triangle so my cam performs a first time through ball on the first touch. This means you are going to perform the through ball when your striker is on the shoulder of the last defender. Just practice this enough times against the AI and you will get it right. Trust me. Next up, we have utilizing the player lock. Now the player lock allows you to manually position your player. See, over here we have space between these two center backs. So either I can use a directed run or a player lock. Player lock gives me more control. So what do? I just click L3 plus R3 and switch towards Luis Suarez and then make him run over here. Followed up by shot cancels. Why do I use a shot cancel over here? Because I feel that he might block the shot. So a shot cancel into a driven shot. Inside the box, the driven shot right now has to be my favorite way of scoring goals. Again, triggering runs and recycling are always these little mechanics that will help you to score more goals. Now that you have the basics nailed down, you need to think like a pro player. How can you think like a pro player? Focus on these three things. Stretch the opponent, reset, and keep a consistent tempo. That means no unnecessary touches on the ball. If you see a pass open, play that pass, right? If you see there is space that you can take that space. Confidence is king in this game. If you are hesitant of taking the space, the opponent will react faster. And the whole point of knowing these things is to react faster than the opponent and trap him into two minds. The moment he is trapped between two things, that is when you will be able to score more goals. Now, this is a concept I called planting seeds. What does that mean? It means you're giving your opponent more than one thing to think about. I have taught you a few mechanics today, such as first time through balls, recycling the play, triggering runs, doing L1X passes in and around the box. Now I want you to plant seeds in the mind of your opponent. What does that mean? That means in the first 10-15 minutes of the game, you'll always attack in a different manner. So first time, maybe you're trying to perform a first time ground through ball. Then the next time you're maybe trying to recycle the ball. Then the next time you're going to perform a 1-2 pass in and around the box. Now what does this do, guys? It makes sure that you're giving your opponent more than one thing to think about. He will be confused that you have so many attacking moves in your arsenal that you can use and abuse to score more goals. It is truly the difference maker if you want to reach and excel in the elite division. Now in FC25, a very important thing is play styles. And none of these tips will work if you don't focus on play styles. You need to remember what play styles your players have. I know it's a grueling task, but you have to remember the play styles. For example, I know my right mid Jairzinho has the incisive ball play style. That means I can perform first time through balls from Jairzinho into my striker from the wings very successfully. Right? And I abuse that because some players don't expect me to perform a first time through ball from my winger to my striker. Similarly, my cam has a trickster fake shot playstyle. Now, if you have a trickster playstyle, you get a different animation on the fake shot. Master that. Perform a trickster fake shot in and around the box. If you have someone with the pinked pass, you can do quick recycles. So you need to remember that and use the driven pass from the CMs into the strikers. This game is all about playstyles. If your striker has tiki-taka, that means you can play tight ground passes in and around the box. So you need to use that. You need to be more brave when you're making passes with someone who has tiki-taka because their passing accuracy will be more successful. The opponent will not expect you to make these passes and you will have more success. And if you set it up with the first touch, guys, your success level will be insane. Now here is a problem that I need to address. Some of you watch the video and immediately you start playing better, but after a few days you're back to your old habits. Why is that? It is because you don't memorize these things. You need to remember this. You play this game subconsciously from habits. You probably have developed bad habits as I did. So what did I do to fix them? I focused at one thing at a time. For example, if you are struggling with the first touch, guys, just focus on improving your first touch for the next 20 to 30 games. Consciously think of doing the first touch or taking the first touch towards the empty space. Once you do it for 20-30 games for 2-3 days, you will see that your first touch has improved. Then move on to the next thing. This way, You will struggle in the start, but that is fine because it is for the greater good. Once you have nailed down every attacking mechanic as a habit, trust me, your success rate will be insane, and you'll come back to this video and let me know how much your attacking has improved. Now, talking about attacking, we need to focus on defending as well. This is why you need to check this video out here.